Now, I want to share this with you. I just flipped this over and noticed that there is something on it and it looks really intriguing. So I quickly flipped it back again so that we can share the surprise together, because I didn't really take a very good look at it. So here we go. First I thought it might be like a bowl or something. Here, and I turned it over and... just look at all this pottery, and I've seen a couple of pieces down here with something on them that might be interesting. Let's look at this one. Oh, look at that, that's beautiful. The Sailors Society Memorial Hostel in service for the sailor. Oh, that is just lovely. I love something like this because you can go and research the story behind it, possibly find out a few names of people who may have been in the Sailor Society or in the Memorial Hostel. Excellent. And I also see another one down here. What's this? Fairbairn's Albert Restaurant, Leeds. I found a patch with quite a lot of bottles. And I've also just seen a bottle stopper by my foot. It's quite dirty, so I don't think we can do a bottle stopper in the sun shop. Where is the sun? Okay. Oh, not too bad. Let's take a closer look at some of these bottles. Bits of pottery. Melty bottles. There's bottles here as far as the eye can see, and lots of pottery, and I've just seen down here a mug. And do you know what? I often find broken pottery with this design on it. And this looks like a completely intact mug. And I'm sure, with a bit of love and attention, it will come up really nicely. What's that? Oh, what's that? Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, that's so beautiful. Look, it's like a lid. It looks like it's a fairy playing a violin with some flowers. Oh my gosh. I love that. I just found a like a lid or something, a fairy playing a violin.
Oh, that looks fantastic.
I know, it's beautiful. Oh dear, I must stop saying beautiful all the time. It's splendid. That's pretty. That looks like a candlestick. Yeah, it must be. I'm just following this creek around. Who knows where I'm going to end up. Oh, look at that. Ah, is that broken? It is, isn't it? What would that have been? Some kind of jug. I think I'll leave you there. Interesting though. Now, I want to share this with you. I just flipped this over and noticed that there is something on it and it looks really intriguing. So I quickly flipped it back again so that we can share the surprise together, because I didn't really take a very good look at it. So, here we go. First I thought it might be like a bowl or something. Here. And I turned it over and... Ooh, that has got to be my absolute find of the day. David, look at this. This is just fabulous. Look.
Oh my word.
Yeah. Look at that. Isn't it amazing? I think it is. Yeah, I think it's an ashtray.
What is it?
Oh, wow.
Allsop's beer, presumably.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that is nice.
Oh yes, isn't that amazing? I'm so glad that I turned it over. So, Samuel Allsop, it's got the name on the back as well.
Wonderful.
Burton-on-Trent. Oh, wow. I was going to say, oh look at that, and wow at the same time then, and it came out all wrong. That's stunning, isn't it? I just love it. Look, it's absolutely in perfect condition. What a fabulous find.
That's an awesome find.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I've never heard of Allsop's before. Samuel Allsop and Sons Limited. Or it could be a lid. Could it be a lid? Well, guess what? I've just found something else absolutely adorable. David found it, but he didn't realise what it was. And actually, what it is a little basket and a cat
Oh, how sweet.
climbing into it.
I saw that and I thought it was garbage.
Yeah, it's completely
Oh, well spotted.
undamaged. Yeah, little cat there. That's going to look so cute
That is
when it's
delightful.
cleaned up. There's so many things to look at here. It's really good practice for getting your eye in. And I have just seen a little gnome. Or, actually, that's not a gnome. That is Father Christmas. What's he carrying? Oh, look, what are you doing out here in the middle of the mud? I have just pulled this out of the mud as well, and it looks very interesting. What does that say? Does it say Fanny something? I think it's something like Fanny and Susie Sugar. Violet something there as well. So we've got Fanny and Susie Sugar, Violet Vitamin, Mini Mineral. Oh, and who else have we got down there? Something else. Well, I've never seen anything quite like that before. I'm really having such a lot of fun here, and I saw this shape here, okay, this shape, and something tells me that there is a face there. Look, just here, I can see a little nose. Oh my gosh, this is going to be the first time in a long while that this, whatever it is, can see, because it's been covered in mud for so long. But yes, look, I was right, there's definitely a little face there. And so what are they doing? And is it a man or a woman? I think it's a woman. I can feel her bosoms. And yeah, it's obviously a bit broken, but what's she doing? Was that her arm that just came off? Nope. Oh, well. Well, you have seen better days, haven't you? But you're coming with me, and I'm going to give you a little bath. I'm going to take a photo of you like that first. Well, I'm just washing off my boots. I've had such a great time today, and I'm very, very muddy, but I think that when I am muddy, I'm at my happiest, really. But anyway, I'm going to give this little lady a wash. Oh look, so she's carrying like an urn, so could be like a Roman lady. Oh, that's a little bit better, isn't it? At least temporarily. It's more like it. I think it's time for a well-earned cup of tea. Oh, that is just so heavenly, isn't it? You almost expect a choir of angels to come down and start singing. I'm going deeper and deeper into this muddy creek, and I've just picked up this, but interestingly, it's not a bottle. It looks like something that's made out of metal, maybe an old tin, but look, I can see something on there. What's that? Is that an elephant? Unfortunately, there's no water here, just mud. So I'll put it in my bag, and when we reach some water, I'll rinse that off. That looks really interesting. I can see Lloyd, I think, and I don't know why, but I'm thinking that that looks like an elephant, but it's probably not. Right, into the bag it goes for further investigation. Oh, I'm going to get very muddy. Very, very muddy indeed. Ugh, so much mud here. Ugh. Right, let me sort myself out. Honestly, I am so loving this. I've just unearthed a teaspoons, or is it a tablespoons? A tablespoons bottle here, and then I had a little prod around, and this popped out, and look, look what it is. It looks like a donkey. Oh, there's nowhere for me to rinse it at the moment, but I'll rinse it shortly when we get to some water. But look at this little chap. Oh my gosh, this is just so fun. Look what I've got down here. I've got a whole Keeler's Dundee marmalade jar, a large one. Not long ago I found a smaller one of these on the Thames foreshore, and this one is the larger version and it's completely perfect. James Keeler and Sons Dundee marmalade. Oh, this is for David because he likes Bovril pots. And actually I'm also going to give him a Keeler marmalade. David has made some pretty cool bookends with Bovril pots. Oh, but this one's not Bovril, it's Beefex. How funny. I'm going to use this for a little project. It's not like I don't have enough projects to do already, but let's add another one to the list. Well, do you remember the muddy donkey? Well, it's here. It's had a little bath, and hello little donkey. He's a cutie, isn't he? And yes, there's definitely an elephant on there. Richard Lloyd and Sons, London, with a lovely elephant. I really like that. Most of the tins that I've found have just disintegrated straight away, and probably this one will too, but at least we can see what's in it. And actually that's the lid, isn't it? That's actually the lid. You can see where it would have come off. I wonder what was in there. Maybe pate or snuff or ointment. I'm looking forward to looking up Richard Lloyd and Sons. And there's the rest of my muddy treasures. I think I'm going to just take those home and wash them at home, because if not I risk losing them. And this bag really needs a wash. Oh, well that's quite a nice bottle in one piece. What does that say? Israel Hire, 38 Valence Road, London E1. Well, there's one to look up. A little parting gift. I wonder who Israel Hire was.
Fuel on, tap open, fuel ready, engine primed.
Till next time! Richie! Oh, are you pleased to see us? Hi everyone, how are you doing? Thank you very much for watching my video. It's great to see you here, and I hope that wherever you are in the world, everything is going to plan and that you're in good health and in good spirits. I've actually had a really nasty cough and cold for most of last week, and this is about the first day I feel able to stand here and talk to the camera, so I'm going to do my best not to cough and splutter. So I hope you enjoyed that outing to that most magical and muddiest of places with a very fascinating history. It's actually the site of a former refuse tip, rubbish dump. Would you call that a fascinating history? Yes, I guess you would, because it's just full of old refuse and rubbish, but it's not really rubbish, is it? It's all actually rather wonderful, all these treasures. It used to be stuff that people threw away, and of course they would never have imagined that we would have such a lot of fun rifling through all these old discarded bits of broken pottery. I suppose it's not for everybody, but hopefully if you're watching this video, it's the sort of thing that floats your boat. It certainly floats mine, and some of the objects that I've got here that people carelessly tossed away back in the early 1900s have got a really obvious link to the East End of London. So let's take a look at those first. So this piece of broken plate, it comes from the Sailors' Society Memorial Hostel. So let's find out a little bit about the Sailors' Society Memorial Hostel. It was opened in 1924. Now, apparently, after World War I, London had a bit of a problem with homeless sailors. There were thousands of them in London, apparently. And so an appeal was started to raise enough funds to build this memorial hostel to provide beds for these sailors. And it also stood as a memorial to the 12,000 merchant navy sailors who perished during World War I. So it opened in 1924, and by 1929, it had provided beds to over 1 million sailors. And just imagine, if it provided beds to 1 million sailors, imagine how many meals it also provided and what kind of meals were served on this plate. Vegetables, potatoes, soups, pies, who knows? But I'm sure that so many sailors were very, very grateful to be sitting at a table eating a meal from this plate a long time ago. Now, in the 60s and 70s, when the dockyards started to be in decline, the demand lessened for this hostel. And so it actually turned into a homeless place where people who were homeless lived. And it then closed its doors in 1985. But the building is still there. It's a very striking building in Limehouse. The second object here, which has links to the East End of London, is this beautifully embossed bottle, which is embossed with the name of Israel Hire, 138 Valence Road, London East 1. Now, Israel Hire was born in 1866, and it would appear that he came over from Romania with his family. He had a wife and 5 children, and in the 1911 census, he is described as being a lemonade maker and seller. So his business was based at 138 Valence Road. And what I found out was that Valence Road is also well known for a few other things. It was badly bombed during World War II, and a lot of the road was completely destroyed. But also, if Israel Hire and his family had been there still in 1938, they would have been just down the road from a rather notorious pair of criminals. Now, can you guess which criminals they may have been? I can give you a clue. They were notorious East End criminals, and they were twins. So yes, you're right. Ronnie and Reggie Cray, who lived at 178 Valence Road. They moved in there when they were about 5 years old, I believe, in about 1938. Now, as it happens, Israel Hire died in 1935, so their paths never crossed. But still, it's interesting, isn't it, that Valence Road is actually quite a well-known road. Now, when I do research on places in the East End, my go-to resource, or one of them, is the Facebook site We Love the East End, which is run by my friend Aristides Georgiou, and he has created a brilliant community of people who are either interested in the East End of London or who have knowledge of it, people who were born and brought up there, and it's just a brilliant resource. It's got lots of lovely old photographs, some people have written books, there's lots of fascinating snippets of information, and so the photographs that I have used here of the Memorial Hostel and also the information that I have spoken to you about the Cray twins from Valence Road, I sourced from that Facebook page. And if you're interested in the East End of London, which has a really, really rich history, then I highly recommend that you go over and take a look at this Facebook page, which is called We Love the East End. And incidentally, on a little side note, when I was talking to Ari about Valence Road, he told me that his cousins actually used to live in the spot where the Cray's house was. And so they used to get people stopping in coaches and cars and actually taking photographs of their house because it was, you know, kind of on the tourist trail because the Cray brothers used to live there, or the Cray twins used to live there. So a little bit of miscellaneous information there that you've now learned about Valence Road in East London. The next object that I want to talk to you about is this absolutely classic bottle, which has got on it plenty of propaganda to encourage children to drink up their milk. There is Susie Sugar, Fanny Fat, and all manner of other people. Let's have a look and see what it says on it. So it was created by the National Milk Publicity Council, and there we have a very nice little fairy on this bottle by the looks of it. And on it, it has Fanny Fat, Susie Sugar for warmth and energy, Violet Vitamin for life and growth, Mini Mineral for bones and teeth, and Peter Protein for muscle. So you can just imagine the children being given these small bottles of milk and being encouraged to drink up the milk so that they are in the finest of health and that they have lots of big muscles. Fanny Fat and Susie Sugar. There you go. I've got here this lovely tin. Now, as you know, I find quite a lot of clay pipes, and so it was actually really nice to find something that would have held tobacco. So I wasn't sure what this held when I first found it. I thought it might have been pate. It isn't. It's actually an old tobacco tin, Richard Lloyd and Sons, London. It would have held dark Virginia tobacco, and it's in quite a delicate state, but I have found some photographs online of a tin exactly the same in a lot better condition, and some really good adverts actually. And Richard Lloyd and Sons say in one of the adverts that they are able to ship the tobacco to soldiers and sailors serving during the war. So no soldiers and sailors had to be without their tin of tobacco for their pipe. I think Certainly one of my favourite finds from that outing. You may guess which one it was due to my great excitement in the extracting of it, is this lovely hand ashtray from Allsop's Brewery. Now actually Allsop's Brewery is still going, but they date right back to the 18th century, and they've often used a hand in their adverts and their publicity. And I particularly like this. It's obviously very, very stained, and hardly surprising really. It's been sitting around in that mud for a long time. I've tried to put a bit of bleach on it, but it hasn't really made a lot of difference. But I'm going to put it in its own little frame, I think, and hang it up on the wall. And this, which must be a lid from a little jewellery box. It's very pretty, isn't it? A little donkey. Which one is your favourite out of all these funny little ornaments? Now the Grecian lady, she's had a little bit of a transformation. I got a little bit arty with her, and I decided to make a few candlesticks. So this is what happened to her. I stuck her into another piece of broken pottery that I found the same day and stuck some sea glass around the bottom there. I found her a little arm here and stuck this on top, and she makes a perfect candle holder. So what a transformation from the first time I found her. Barely recognisable. Here's another one actually that I made out of some of the objects that I picked out of the mud there. There's the little candlestick holder, and I've just stuck it on top of a big bottle stopper and onto a broken candlestick, and stuck a few marbles around her. Yeah, I had a lot of fun getting creative with these. That's just about all my finds, I think. And so, yeah, do let me know which one is your favourite. And before I go, just going back to the We Love the East End Facebook site and my friend Ari, if you are craving a little bit of spring or summer in your life, then Ari, not only did he set up this Facebook page, but he also has an Instagram site, which is full of all his beautiful paintings. Every day he posts a new painting of a vase of flowers or a bowl of fruit. Now I'm going to show you one. I've got it here. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love flowers. Just look at that. And so this is exactly the sort of thing I need right now, just to keep my my vision of spring fresh in my mind every day. So every day I go and look at Ari's Instagram site. I'll put the address of it here. He also sells his paintings, and so if you're tempted, then you can send him a DM and buy yourself a beautiful spring painting. He also did me a really lovely painting of a bowl of clay pipes, which I shall also show you. Very, very talented. So thanks very much, Ari, not only for your Facebook site, but also for your beautiful paintings, which really just bring some spring into my life every day. Well, I think that's pretty much it, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed that, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing you again very, very soon. Thank you very much for all your comments and your feedback on my videos. Thank you to everybody who has sent me a donation via my Ko-fi site or via Super Thanks. I really appreciate them, but most of all, just thank you very much for being you. You're such a great community of people, and I really appreciate you all. So take care, and I will be back again soon. Don't catch a cold, and do something really lovely for yourself during the coming week. See you soon, and take care. Lots of love. Bye.